Hi, I'm Papa Tom, and this is an introduction to a series I'll be doing where I will make you a capitalist and I will answer your questions of why and what. And remember as a child or when you were around children, they would ask you why, and you'd answer, and they'd say why, and you'd answer, and they'd say why. And you'd answer, and they'd say, why? And you'd finally say, shut up, and be silent. The reason was you ran out of whys. You didn't know why. And if you did, you didn't want to keep answering. This child had a limited vocabulary, but a great thirst for knowledge. Well, that's what this program is about. It's about you. It's about you gaining wealth. Now, each program will involve a step towards you becoming wealthy. I don't promise that you'll become a millionaire. I just know that you'll improve yourself financially, and I will take you there. I'm drawing from my many years of learning myself the hard way, and I hope to make it easier for you. Now, to begin with, there are two sorts of governing, two ways of handling money. One is a capitalist, one is a socialist. Our government is made up of both. Socialists being the government and what it hands out to people, the population, and capitalism, where we earn it on our own. Under socialism, you have no control over what is given to you. And remember, what is given to you, the person who gives you the money has power over you. So most politicians give money. Yes, it seems like it's benevolent. They have Social Security for when you retire. They have unemployment for when you're unemployed. But with each of these comes a stipulation and a string. They control the money. They control you. Under capitalism, you have your money and you invest it and you control your money. My program is designed for you. I don't care if you're rich or poor, tall, short, male, female. You can be of any descent. I don't know. You're watching the program, and I'm just talking. So anyone can follow my advice and go from there. So let us begin. As you know, I will have each program a drawing, such as the one here. Now that's not perfect, but it's a triangle in case you haven't identified it or noted it. At the bottom is probably where you are now. At the top is all the wealthy people. I hope to move you up this triangle towards the wealth. And in here are the middle income people who are very comfortable. And what is your comfort level? I know certainly it's not here. This is your druggies, your alcoholics, your people who just refuse to work and want to live on the government dole, which is fine if you want the government controlling you. I remember when I went into to get some tires for my car. I was going to take a trip back to Montreal to the World's Fair, but I needed tires. I wanted to make sure I had good tires. So I went into the tire store and I'm mulling over what's the best buy for the money I had for a set of tires. And I had to mull for about 15 or 20 minutes over, well, do I want this one and this one? Or this one costs this much, this one costs that much. And in strolls a guy and he goes, let me have the best you got all the way around. And I looked down, he was driving a 9-passenger station wagon. I mean, that was a big car in that day, a huge car. And he was getting the finest tires all around, including the spare. I was impressed. I thought, this guy, boy, he's got some bucks. Well, as we sat and waited for them to put on the new tires, I found out he was on welfare. He had 6 children, and he was making a trip to Texas. Here I am, trying to figure out what is the best buy. I said, how can you afford that if you're on welfare? He said, well, they give me a slip of paper. It said, go buy tires for the car. Why do you have such a beautiful car? Well, welfare provided it for me. I have 6 children. I needed transportation. So they provided the new car. And they provided the new tires. And he's going to Texas. I said, well, that's a long trip. You'll be gone. So you're going to visit relatives, and you'll be there for a week, a month? Oh, no, I'm only there for 24 hours, and I have to turn around and drive back. I said, wait a minute, you're driving all the way to Texas. I was in California. And you're only spending 1 day there? I don't believe it. He said, well, I have to pick up my check in person. They won't mail it to me. Well, that told me something. They had control over him. Yes, he had a new car. Yes, he got the tires he wanted. But yes, they controlled when and where he got the money. Whereas once I put my new tires on my car, I can go anywhere I wanted, stay as long as I wanted, and return when I felt like it. So I hope that helps with the introduction to my program. See you next week when we start with lesson number 1. Thank you and good night.